and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Mika, and if this is your first video that you're watching of mine, that's actually perfect because in today's video I'm going to be doing a Q&A. So over on my Instagram and TikTok, I asked you guys to ask me questions to answer in this YouTube video. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. But if you aren't following me on TikTok or Instagram, I'll put my TikTok right here and my Instagram right here. So I don't want to make this intro too long because I'm already going to be talking a lot in this video, so let's get started. So the first question is if I do any sports or extracurriculums, and the answer is no, I don't do any sports. I've never been a very athletic person. I have done cheer and dance and that type of stuff, but it was really toxic, so I don't do that anymore. But in my free time, I kind of just like to do like gymnastics and acrobats and like yoga and stretching on my own, but I'm not like in any like team or like sports club for it. And when it comes to extracurriculums, I don't do any, but I really want to get into maybe musical theater or acting, which I'm going into high school this year, so I think that would be an option for me. And next question is, are my sisters supportive of my recovery journey? And if you didn't know, I'm in recovery from an eating disorder, and if I'm being completely honest, my sisters almost kind of ignore the fact that I have an eating disorder, which honestly I kind of appreciate because I feel like my parents, mostly my mom, is very like hands-on into my recovery, and so I like that my sisters kind of like treat me normal, almost as like nothing. They don't notice anything, which is nice, but they do try to respect my boundaries. But sometimes it is hard for them because they kind of feel like they have to walk on eggshells around me. But I'm supportive of all that they've done for me and how they try to make me feel comfortable. Next question is also about recovery. Has anything set me back in recovery? So obviously I'm on summer break right now, but when I am in school always sets me back very much. This time last summer, I was doing really good in my recovery, and then when school started, I kind of got into a relapse, and I'm trying to get back on track now that it's summer again. Not that I'm trying to prolong any recovery, like, oh, I have to wait till school's out, if that makes any sense. But school is definitely something that holds me back because it's just really hard. Like, I get really stressed out, and I get really anxious, and then that just kind of becomes my number one priority when my health should be number one and school should be second or third or whatever. But yeah, school definitely holds me back. And then also obviously weight gain and seeing like my body change definitely is a holdback and a trigger when it comes to recovery. Next is, how old am I? I am 13 years old, and I'm actually going to be 14 in a little less than a month. I'm turning 14 August 19th. Next question is about school. It's, how is my school, and am I excited for the next school year? So if I'm being completely honest, like most people, I do not like school. I've always like hated school though. Ever since like preschool, I would cry, and usually like that's normal for like preschoolers to cry when they're at school, but I didn't stop crying at school until 4th grade. So yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of school, but my school isn't, it's not my favorite because I only have like very few friends, and also a lot of people at the school I'm not the hugest fans of. I feel like they can be kind of like fake and toxic. Not on here about to diss my school, but yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of my school. I am going into high school next year, which is basically going to be the same school I was just at for my middle school, because the middle school and high school are two different buildings, but they're the same like name and stuff. So basically everyone who's at my middle school is going to be going into the high school too. And I'm very nervous for high school. I do not feel ready, and I feel like it's going to be so overwhelming and even more stressful. So cross my fingers, but hopefully this school year can be better because my middle school experience was not very good because I started it off literally my first month of middle school developing my eating disorder. So hopefully high school can be a new start for me. Next is, what's my favorite ice cream flavor? Definitely anything with peanut butter, whether that's chocolate peanut butter swirl or Moose Tracks. Literally, I just love how like the peanut butter gets like cold and hard. It's so good. My favorite clothing stores, I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm so quirky, but I actually love thrifting. Not that I get all my clothes from the thrift store, but I love thrifting. I especially found a love for it this year. I really love Shein, but I made a New Year's resolution to stop buying like fast fashion like Shein and all that type of stuff. So I haven't bought any from this year, and I'm planning not to because it's really bad for the environment and many other reasons too, one of them being that I spent way too much money on there. But yeah, I would have to say Shein, and I don't know, I'm pretty basic. Like I get like my clothes from like Marshalls and TJ Maxx because like it's also kind of like thrifting almost. It's like very unique clothing. I cannot really think of the clothing stores I like, which is weird because I love, like, fashion's one of my favorite things and hobbies. But yeah, it's really a hard question. Something I really like about myself. So I love my hair. I always get compliments on my hair because it's a lot blonder than most people. And no, I do not dye it. So I really love my hair. It's really greasy right now. Sorry, just a disclaimer. I forgot to say this. My hair is really greasy right now and my face is too because I was just outside and it's literally 100 degrees out. So I'm pretty hot and my hair is pretty sweaty. So sorry about that. But normally when my hair isn't greasy, that's something I really like about myself. And also I feel like I have very naturally long eyelashes, so that's something I like about myself. And also I've worked on my flexibility a lot over the years, but I feel like I'm pretty naturally flexible too, and just all the flexibility I've worked on is something I'm pretty proud of myself of. My favorite color, definitely pink. I have many favorite colors like yellow, pink, blue, purple, and lately I've been loving light green, but definitely my number one favorite color is pink. As for next year, I would have to say to get further along in my recovery and become like more motivated towards it and not fall so easily into relapse, especially with school coming right around the corner. Also, like I said, I'm going into high school and my middle school experience wasn't the greatest, especially because I don't have too many friends at my school. But a goal I have is to make new friends and to really get out of my comfort zone, because I am very outgoing, but I feel like when it comes towards people around my age, I get really nervous easily. And I kind of hide in a bubble. So I hope to make more new friends this upcoming year. What's one food or meal I could eat for the rest of my life and never get sick of? So if you watched my most recent video of when I went to Raleigh with my mom, which if you haven't, you should go watch that. It was a really fun vlog. But I mentioned when I went to lunch that this one meal, it's from this restaurant called The Spotted Dog. I'll put a picture of it right here. It's this curry and they have a soy chicken in it. Literally the best thing I've ever put into my mouth. I've only had it 3 times because Raleigh is like 3 hours away from me, so I don't get it very often. But I don't know if I'd get sick of it because I've only had it 3 times. But literally, my mouth just like drools every time I have it. It's so good. So it'd probably be a meal I could eat for the rest of my life. And then a food would probably be chocolate. I love chocolate. And anything, ice cream, like candy bars, brownies, chocolate chips, just anything. I love chocolate so much. Highlights of this year, I would have to say maybe when I went on my cruise this past month with my family, because we booked this cruise like 2.5 years ago and it kept on getting delayed because of COVID. And so we finally got to go on it, and me and my family are big cruisers. We love cruising. It's our top choice of vacation. So when we got to go on a cruise this past month, it was so fun, and I really like felt myself, and like I don't know, I just felt very free, and it was also like very fun too. And also I made really good friends on the boat too. If I could change my name, what would it be? I'm honestly not very sure because I truly love my name. Mika is a very unique name. I don't really know too many people named Mika, and when I do, it's a boy, like they're boys. But I like would call Mika more of a general neutral name more than like a boy's name. But I love my name. I don't know what I would want to change it to. Probably something more unique like Micah, not something like basic that like everyone has. Or like a boy's name. Like, I don't know, I think boy names for girls are super cute. Like Parker or Dylan. Like, I think like yeah. And last question is my biggest pet peeves. So obviously I'm in recovery, so I'm very, very sensitive to the topic of weight loss and diet culture. So when people talk about that stuff, it's a huge pet peeve. Also, people who are just like rude and don't have like common courtesy. Like, I was raised to say like please, thank you, but like just like when people are just like rude and like don't have like manners, it's just a really big pet peeve of mine. And like act like really snobby and like better than everyone else. That's just a really big pet peeve of mine. So those were all the questions. Thank you everyone who participated and asked a question. Like I said in the beginning of the video, that was my Instagram and my TikTok if you want to go follow. Maybe I'll do another video like this where I have you guys help me with the video. But that's the video. Hope you guys liked. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and if my comments are on, because like I say this in every video, they like to turn on and off, please give this video a comment, maybe some video suggestions. So bye guys!